This is Sunny and her week 3 final recap. Hello, pretty girl. Quick warm up, charge that clicker. Good girl. Move right into the release word. Okay. Ma'am. Okay. Good girl. Sunny. We're gonna play that flying cookie game. Okay. Sunny. This week with the flying cookie game, I am moving myself. Ready? Get it. Sunny. Good girl. That way she really has to look and listen to where I'm calling her from. Still, as soon as she turns towards me, that's when I'll click and feed her. Okay. Sunny. So notice how that rat, like she did look to where I was and continued following the voice and found me over there. Good girl. Get it. Sunny, touch. Good girl. Yeah. Get it. Sunny, touch. Good job. So hand targets this week. I am not using food to get the behavior. So I'm still clicking and feeding though once she offers the behavior. And I am getting a little bit more distance with her. So I'm tossing that get it cookie in hopes of her coming back for a target. Get it. Sunny, touch. Come on, you can do it. Let's make it a little bit more fun. Sunny, come on. Touch. Good girl. Ready? Come back. Touch. Nice. Good. Right there. So they're still learning. You saw that last rep. I asked for that hand target and she's like, no, thank you. So instead of you or the puppy getting frustrated, I wouldn't just keep asking for that hand target. I got my food back out. I lured her for a hand target and then the next one immediately, no food, she offered that target. So if that happens to you guys, you get home and she's like, I'm not offering that. It's okay. Just get your food back out, do a few reps with food, and then try again without food. These puppies today, I'm telling you, are very tired. It is hot out today, so they are probably tired because of that. Get it. Sit. Good. So sit, we're doing that verbal cue, feeding for duration. Very good. Okay. She has kicked her cookie under the fridge. Sit. Good job. Very nice, pretty girl. I am coming in pretty quick with my follow-up cookies this week, solely because they've been working really hard on their DOWN. Okay. So this week I found that once they're in that sit, they do kind of want to slide right into the down. So I'm coming in quickly with my follow-ups to keep them in that sit and then releasing them before they can slide into position. Ready? Okay. Down. Good girl. So with down this week, I am not using food to get the behavior. I'm asking for that verbal cue of down. I'm waiting them out. So I'm giving their little puppy brains a few seconds to think about what did I just ask them to do. For Sunny, as you saw, after a few seconds, she did get into position. So I clicked, I fed. Now I'm gonna feed her for her duration. Oh, man. I'm not gonna feed her for that one because she popped up, but I'll give her a few seconds. Okay. And then I'll release her. Biggest thing there, I think she popped up because she saw me grabbing for food. So if that happens, just get her back in position, don't feed her, wait a few seconds, and then release her. Sunny, down. He's so cute. Good girl. Good job. Okay. Down. Good job. Very good job. Okay. Nice. Good job, Lovey. The next thing I want to work on with her is going to be the mat. So the mat this week, we are staying stationary. I want to see that she's offering me a down. And then we are going to start working on getting some steps away. Okay? Mat. Nice. So as soon as she comes over, gets into that down, I will click, I will feed. We're still going to feed her duration. Good. And then when I'm ready to take a step away, just one to start, look over my shoulder, make sure that she's still there. We can do that in another direction. Okay. Mat. Good girl. It's okay that she sat up. She didn't leave the mat. I just want to make sure I try to feed her like back in her down position. Really good girl. Okay. Yeah. Just wait her out, wait for her to get into position. Good girl. You're too cute. Okay. Good job, Sunny. Yeah. You did great. Okay, let's move that. Get it. Okay. So with the crate this week, my goal is that we get 4 paws in. Click and feed the 4 paws. I'm going to close the door. I'll click and feed that. And then like the mat, I want to try to get some steps away. Watch your butt. Ready? Kennel. Very good girl. All right, so same as the mat, just take a step away as long as she's calm, not whining or pawing at the kennel. You can click, come back and feed her. Maybe walk in another direction. What a good girl. And then when you're ready to release her from the crate, I want you to have 2 pieces of food ready. So I'm going to open the door, click and feed as long as she doesn't come out, and then 1 to release her. Very good girl. Okay. Nice. Kennel. Oop, that one went all the way at the back of your kennel. What a good girl. Okay. Nice. Good job. Okay, let's slide this back out of the way. Good girl. You waiting in your crate. The next thing that we're going to work on is going to be getting her attached to her leash. This week with the leash, I am going to hold it, so as if we're actually going on a walk. And we are going to practice following some food lures. Good girl. Oh my goodness. Good job. Very good girl. Nice. Good job, baby. So with our food lures this week, I am walking her in like what we call that loose leash formation. So I'm walking her next to me as if we're going on a walk. I'm keeping her attached to food for now so that she learns to walk nicely next to me. As you guys continue to work on this and build on this, you could fade having her attached to food, but you'll still come in occasionally to reward her, Sunny, for staying nice and next to you. The other thing that I'm doing here is when I stop moving, I'm luring her into a sit. This way, she starts to learn that when I stop, you stop, and you're gonna sit next to me. Let's go. Very good girl. You leave me right there all the time. Right here in my hand. Right here in my hand. Good job. Good. Right here. Okay. Nice. So think about that when we're building on our duration. So she's sitting next to you in that heel position. Feed her for the duration of staying next to you on leash as she's sitting there. Good girl, Lovey. Hi, baby. Okay, and then the last thing that we'll work on today is going to be her handling exercises. So handling this week, we continued with everything we focused on the last 2 weeks. That baby restraint, lifting the tail, lifting the ears. Sorry, excuse me. Lifting her lip. We are just continuing to build on the duration of it. So counting to 5, 6 seconds where she's letting you hold her in that restraint, or looking in an ear and massaging her ear. Right now we're going to focus on our grooming tools. So last week we introduced the brush and the nail trimmer. This week with our brush, we are going to do the bristle side. You can lay down, that's fine. Just come like a smidge closer. So with the brush, I have her attached to food in my right hand, And then Bristle side is gonna swipe down her back. Good girl. Remember to come up towards her face. Good job. And then I'm gonna lift her head up so that I could come into her chest. Good girl. Yeah. Okay. And then with her nails, for her nails this week, we are working on bringing the nail trimmer up to the paw to trim a nail. Hey, food's in my hand, baby. So she's gonna sit in front of me, and then, I want these over here. And then I'm gonna lift her paw. I'm gonna find a toe. Yes. Yes, and feed her for that. Yes. Good girl. And then yes, and feed her for the nail trimmers coming up to that nail. We're gonna do that again, same paw, but different nail. Yes. Good job. Yes. Very good girl. So notice how when the nail trimmers come up, I don't have a third hand, so I'm not also attaching her to food for that. But that is why we worked so hard the last 2 weeks of getting her used to her paws being held, being handled, so that when it does come time to trim, I can get my hand in there, trim, yes, then feed her. All right, can I do your other paw, please? Good girl. Yes. Yes. Very nice. And then when you guys are doing this at home, same thing. You stole a cookie. I would do 1 or 2 paws on each, or 1 or 2 nails on each paw. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Each day. So on Monday, let's do the right and left front paws. We'll pick 1 or 2 nails. And then on Tuesday, we'll pick the other 1 or 2 nails. And then on Wednesday, focus on her back paws. Same thing, 1 or 2 nails at a time. It's super easy for these little puppies to just hold them and push them through a nail trim. But I think in the long run, it'll be beneficial to break it down to these mini steps, making it as positive as possible. So just keep that in mind when she comes home and it's time to trim her nails. But that's going to be it for Sunny's week 3 recap.